Carl here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short. Horror movie review time. It's anthology time. Free to a Bad Home is a movie you might find yourself thinking and talking about once it's finished. Thoughts and conversations that are likely to revolve around the question of, what the hell was that? Written and directed by Cameron and Scott Hale, Free to a Bad Home is an anthology horror where every story links together and the wraparound serves more as a prologue and an epilogue. We begin with a couple walking down the street, coming across a box of trinkets labelled Free to a Good Home. Of course, they help themselves to a few items, with the focus being on the ring that the man slips into his pocket. This is the setup, and it's not a great one. The purpose of this box and the explanation of the items does not come until the final segment, making the next hour-plus part of the film very confusing. Although it doesn't start off that way, as the first segment, titled Amy, is decent, even if its ending is telegraphed very early on. Amy, played by Miranda Neiman, has hit the bottle hard since her husband left her and is spending some time alone at a remote house in the country. However, she might not be as alone as she thinks she is. Miranda Neiman does a good job of portraying the problems Amy is going through with very little dialogue, and the sinister figure that appears to be haunting her does add some creepy vibes. Alas, the arrival of her sister Jill, played by Hayley Sunshine, drags this segment down, as the pair have little chemistry and the scene of them getting drunk together goes on for far too long. Not only that, at this stage I think most will have worked out just what is going on, and the segment continues to try and play it coy. Had this been 5 to 10 minutes shorter, it probably would have been far more enjoyable. Something that becomes a common theme throughout the entire anthology. The next segment is called Ryan and focuses on a thief played by Jake C. Young as he painstakingly explores a house he has broken into. I am talking about room to room, door to door. Any goodwill that Free to a Bad Home has built up at this stage vanishes here. It is absurd. It is unbelievably stupid just how much time is spent watching this thief wander around the house, was screaming at the screen, please cut to something else. When he finally does go to the basement, it looks like it might start to get good as he finds a big safe he can't open and a filthy woman chained up to the wall. Unfortunately, the hilarious, and it is quite funny, underreaction to finding this woman by the thief character derails the brief bit of momentum that the film actually had. Then they proceed to talk as she offers him entry to the safe for her freedom. What follows that? Just him helping her get ready for a night out. Something we again witness in excruciatingly slow detail. It is boring and it is confusing. And then along comes the third and final segment, Julia, which also happens to be the longest. Arguably because so much of it is filmed in slow motion. Julia, played by Olivia Dennis, and her friends are going to a Halloween party, one taking place in the middle of nowhere, and decide to drop acid en route. This car ride, they're in 8 babble, and each of them taking drugs is shown in lengthy detail again. What should have been 2 minutes is dragged out to over 10. Then they arrive, walk around and talk before getting to the party, a party that in no way actually looks like a party, and some weird shit starts to happen, amongst drawn out conversations and slasher style chases. It is mind-numbingly boring, and even some trippy visuals can't save this segment. So, what's been going on? Well, this segment and the epilogue reveal that the box of free stuff holds cursed items possessed by demons. There it is. Doesn't it feel worth it? Free to a Bad Home is poor, simply because it commits the cardinal horror sin of being so damn dull. If you do manage to make it through to the very end, there is no sense of satisfaction to be found. It is slow, clumsy, confusing, and overburdened by dialogue that leaves no impact on the story or characters. This feels like a complete waste of time. Free to a Bad Home. What do you reckon? You got any thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website, where reviews, news, and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.